Hello guys, I have arrived at my destination after a 4-hour drive, and yeah, it's about time we get all this stuff out of the van, get myself installed, and I'll see you there. Hi guys, Bjorn for LiquirigS. I did a rig video which Phil is editing, I think, and will be added later to the socials. So now let's talk about the spots I'm fishing and why I'm fishing them. First of all, I listened to the bailiff because, face it, the guy has to know his lake better than I do, and the other anglers, tips from the other anglers where they're fishing, but I always do my own homework also. So I'm telling you guys, I fished this lake in July also, and I took about 4 to 5 hours with the boat on the lake with my prodding stick, lead, markers and sonar, just to be sure I have the spots I want to fish, and maybe find some new spots that haven't been fished, which you can use later on if the session isn't going as planned or you have an alternative spot. So yeah, I did my homework. I'm feeding like 5 spots at the moment because those were the spots that worked in July. The other spots I tried which didn't produce anything, I left aside for this session, because let's face it, you can put in a lot of bait, too much spots. So I picked 5 of them for 3 rods. And yeah, let's talk about the spots now. First spot I want to talk to you guys is called the dinner table. You see, this is where my marker is. And it's called the dinner table because it's a hard rock. It's about 2.5, 3 square meters. And yeah, I think it speaks for itself. It's hard as rock and many fish have been caught there. I mapped it out myself. First the bailiff told me it was like 1.5 meters, but I found out it's like 2.5, maybe 3.5 square meters. And yeah, I fed on it, caught 3 of the 7 fish on it I did this summer. And yeah, this time the dinner table hasn't produced yet. So, because it's hard, I'm fishing the deck. I talked to the other anglers this week, and they're saying they are not getting, or they didn't get any bites because there wasn't that much bite last week's also, but they didn't get many bites fishing wafters or pop-ups or even snowman or spinner rigs. So I chose to fish the bottom with bottom baits. And on this spot I have a 24mm brown millimeter multibait filled with squid paste and squid extract. But for now the spot stayed quiet. Okay guys, moving on to the second spot. It's at the corner where the lake goes into the back. As you can see, there's overhanging trees, but this makes a tip. I have my marker in a little hole, which is in between where the branches are hitting the water. It's a gravel patch, and this summer it produced a number of fish for me. So I thought I would fish it again. I'm fishing also the brown multibait there, 24mm with squid paste and squid extract, which has gave me the fish. And this was the spot that gave me the fish this night. The big mirror came from there. So yeah, that's the second one, guys. Third spot is at the left of the branches one. You can see the marker. It has some overhanging trees, but it goes a bit inside, where the gravel patch takes a little turn. I'm fishing there on, yeah, let's say where gravel goes over to silt, just on the edge of the gravel patch, because I think they are feeding in silt as well this time of year. And this spot has been fed on, but I haven't fished it yet this week. I'm still feeding it, and I will fish this spot later this week when I see some movement or I see jumping fish. So my fourth spot, guys, is way over there. I'll zoom in and try to get a fix on it. Yeah, that's the one. So there you can see my marker. Again, overhanging trees. And this is where the gravel patch picks up after it moves from silt. So I know fish are traveling this gravel patch from my third and second spec to this spot. This summer I saw fish jumping there, but I chose to feed it for a few days before fishing it. And then the only fish I caught during the day came from that spot. The bailiff was actually standing next to me. We were talking when this rod went, and it gave me a nice mirror. So yeah, that's the one. There I'm not fishing multibaits. I chose to fish the Dragonfly liner cap. Yeah, the reason I chose the Dragonfly liner cap there is because he said a lot of small fish are coming from this spot, and I didn't want to use big baits, so I chose the Dragonfly liner cap in a special rig version with a BioBite Monster Marine, and yeah, it produced that little mirror you will see in the other video. So the information I got from the bailiff actually was good. He said only small fish come from there, but a fish is a fish in my eyes, and I do like the small fish also. So yeah, that's the reason I chose the spot. For my last spot, guys, we have to go all the way to the old margin. And if we're going under the hanging trees down, you will see my marker is there. This is the only silt spot I'm fishing. Again, it's a tip from the bailiff, which I mapped out. And the silt layer doesn't seem that deep there. When you use a prodding stick, you can actually tap it, and then you feel like if you're hitting 5 or 6 centimeters of silt, and after that it's hard again. So it's the only spot I found when I mapped it out that does that. The rest of the silt you can put your prodding stick in like 10 to 15 centimeters, and then that's when you hit the hard part. So this is the only spot that has only 4 to 5 centimeters of silt on it, and I'm feeding on that spot, not fishing there yet. But as soon as I see movement or bubbles or other stuff, I'm gonna put a rod out there. Seems like the duck likes my marker. Hi guys, I'm in my second night of my French trip, and there's a proverb who said that good things come to those who can wait. So yeah, second night, first fish. I caught a mirror, 32 and 8 ounces. He was caught on a brown multibait filled with squid paste and added squid extract. Look at this, guys. 32 pounds, 8 ounces. Caught on a LiquirigS multi-bait filled with squid paste and squid extract. Look at the build on this one. Yeah. Well, happy with this one, guys. After waiting for 2 days. Nice reward. Yeah, let's put it back. Hello guys. After that 32 pounder I caught last night, this morning a second rod went. This time I caught a little mirror weighing 14 pounds, 13 ounces. And yeah, it's absolutely stunning. So I caught this fish on a cut down dragonfly liner cap with a monster marine biobite inside. There will be pictures of this rig coming. And yeah, without further ado, let's show you this beauty. Look at this, guys. They don't have to be big if they are this beautiful. That's why I'm here. This lake is stocked with very much of these fish. So guys, get on the dragonfly liner cap, start experimenting with the various rig versions you can make with them. Get the biobites because they work. By the way, there are new ones coming. So check the socials and you will see at LiquirigS. Yeah, let's put it back, guys. Good morning, guys. It has been an eventful night again. I just heard from the other packs that nobody got a beep or anything. So that's the second night in a row. I think the fish are in a stalemate. They're not having anything. Guys next to me tried with worms and maggots fishing rigs, but nothing happened. So yeah, I think the fish are not having man-made food at the moment. You can see bubbles all around the silty areas in the middle. So yesterday afternoon I tried to put a rod out there, and yeah, up to this morning nothing happened. So my last fish dates from yesterday around 10 o'clock, so I still have high hopes. Maybe the same rod will take off around the same hour, who knows. But at the moment it's quiet. We also have no fish jumping, which is weird, but it happens. And as Phil said, you can only catch what's in front of you, means that what's in front of me is not having it, or just isn't there. So yeah, I'll talk to you guys later. I'm thinking on, if it stays quiet, maybe doing a little video about why I'm fishing the LiquirigS products. And yeah, see you guys then. Hello guys, I'm Bjorn with LiquirigS, and today we are going to talk about rigs. It's my second night at the same lake I fished this summer, and this night I caught a 32 mirror and a 14-pound little beautiful mirror using the LiquirigS products. And I will show you now which rigs I was using and which products I was using. So first of all, the big one was caught on a brown multibait filled with squid paste and squid extract, which you can see here. This is a squid paste, squid extract, and this is the rig I was using. Very basic standard rig. I'm using an Ultipoint wide gape size 4, a 24 brown LiquirigS multi-bait inline version with a brown topper. And I'm not using the foam because I want it to stay on the lake bed. So I chucked everything full of paste, even the topper. So everything stays flat on the lake bed. As a liner, I use the Dragonfly liner. I just trimmed about half a centimeter of the end, which make the bend absolutely perfect. I will post a picture of this rig later on. The second fish, the little mirror, was caught on a Dragonfly aligner cap, which was cut down, and then we put a monster marine biobite in it, and yeah, we delivered it as a presentation. I will show you this rig now, but the version I will show you is the yellow one with the Zanana biobite, because I have the pink one chucked out and I don't have a double one. So this is it. It's a basic blowback rig, which you can see uses a rig ring. Then this is the part with the Dragonfly aligner, but you cut down the aligner, and then in the back you put some tungsten putty, which we also have, LiquirigS tungsten putty, very good stuff. And this holds everything on the lake bed. It literally sits like this, which is absolutely perfect. But again, the one I caught the fish on was completely pink because I used the monster marine biobites, and I used a pink Dragonfly aligner cap, which trimmed the aligner and then construct the rig. You can also make this rig if you're using yellow or you want to use color combinations. You could also use the LiquirigS bait cap. Then you won't have to trim the aligner down, because the bait cap is essentially a Dragonfly aligner cap, but without the liner. So if you want to construct the same ring, you can also use these ones. And yeah, that's what I want to talk to you about, guys. So I still have a few days left. I have the same rigs put out. I will be testing other versions of the Dragonfly liner cap rigs once I get steady bites on a spot. Or maybe I will feed another spot and test one there. I will see. So yeah, guys, that was it. This was Bjorn for LiquirigS, and I hope to see you later. Thank you for watching. Hello guys. It's been very quiet. No fish has been caught this night, and not on any packs. I talked to the owner this morning, and he says even on the other lakes, surrounding lakes which he owns, there were very few fish caught. So I think it's a weather thing. I was up this morning at 6 o'clock to watch the lake to see if I can spot fish or spot activity, to see if I have to change my fishing spots. And I was tying a rig inside the cabin because I want to fish a silty spot where I see bubbles coming up all the time, and I want to fish it with a Dragonfly liner cap, special rig version with Zanana, because I want to fish it above a bed of broken mice. And just as I was tying that rig inside the cabin, my most left-handed rod took off, and yeah, I caught a little mirror weighing 22 pounds 6 ounces. It was caught on the same rig where I caught the little scallion, which is a cut down dragonfly liner cap, pink one, pastel pink one, with a monster marine biobite inside. So I see the fish is getting restless and anxious to be on the video. So yeah, let's show it to you. Here it is, guys. Nice little mirror, 22 pounds 6 ounces, caught on the dragonfly liner cap with a monster marine biobite. Second fish on this rig, guys. This is a very good result. There are not many fish being caught at the moment, and this rig is doing what it's supposed to do, catching fish. Look at it, guys. Nice little mirror. Well happy with this one. Since it's been very quiet, I'll take any fish. Yeah, let's put it back. Good afternoon, guys. Bjorn for LiquirigS here, and this is going to be the video where I explain you why I use the LiquirigS products. First of all, I'd like to make a little reference to a video called Resilience, which Phil and Graham made during one of their trips in France. And that's the video where Phil asked Graham the same question, why he was using the multi-bait. And my answer is a bit in the same line as Graham's is. It came out of necessity. Graham was fishing a lake full of crayfish, so he needed something to protect his bait, mine is the same thing. It started out as a necessity. I'm fishing Belgian rivers, which have big crabs in them that absolutely destroy everything you chuck at them. I mean everything, tigers, wrapped boilies, plastic, doesn't matter. At the 2024 show in Holland, LiquirigS was there with a stand, and they had the prototypes of the multi-baits with them. When I saw this display where there's a spinner version with a dumbbell on it, I immediately knew, because spinner rigs are my favorite, and I knew crabs weren't going to destroy this. So I held a few prototypes in my hand, get a feel of them, and I absolutely knew this is what I needed. At that point, I saw the multi-bait as a protection tool, which it is absolutely not. It's more than that. I'll explain you in a bit. But at that point, and Phil will forgive me this is my only view of the multi-bait. It was a protection to protect what I was going to put inside that. And once I got home, I started harassing the people at LiquirigS to go faster, because I wanted to fish with them as soon as possible. Then had some medical issues, so I couldn't fish the winter period and the end of the year period. So I only could start end of March fishing again at the river. Started pre-baiting my spot, and I started fishing the multi-bait. First of all, I had time enough during the time I wasn't fishing to think on what I was going to put inside of it. And I ended up on paste. Why paste? Well, I'm a boilie fisherman at first place. And when I fish the river, I tend to fish boilies. So, in my opinion, the boilie in its most attractive state is a state before you steam it or boil it, which I think is logical, because it still has all of their attractors in the strongest way. Some of the basic aromas didn't get destroyed, so I think paste was the best solution for me to start fishing the multibaits. In the beginning, I used the paste of my own boilies, which worked fantastically. I think first time I got out, I caught 2 fish on a 24, and I knew I had something in my hand, something the crabs couldn't destroy, which I could leave out for more than 2 or 4 hours. And yeah, they were catching. For me, that was the principal thing. Then the more I start using them, the more I realized that the multibait is so much more than a protective cocoon for my paste. It's a transportation system for everything you want to fish with. You can actually put different kind of stuff in there, going from paste to hemp to crushed tigers to yeah, name it up, mashed up sweet corn. You put cottage cheese in there. You put spam in there. You can put so much things in there. It actually comes more than a protective cocoon. It comes in a bait transportation system, and that's what I think Phil meant when he designed this, to be more than a protective cocoon, but more of a bait transportation system, something that oozes attractiveness. You can actually play with the visuals of it, because we have different toppers, colors in toppers. Yellow ones, pink ones, red ones, orange ones, brown ones, white ones. You can play with the size going up. For the river, I use 24 and 60 mil dumbbells because I like to fish big and I like to fish them on spinners. Here in France, I'm using the inline version of the 24, which has worked perfectly in the beginning of the week. Second night I caught a 32 pounder, and during my session here this summer I caught multiple fish on a white 24s, which I made little snowman versions of with a Zanana BioBite on top of it. I think you will have seen the picture passing by of these rigs. If not, I will post it later. And yeah, that's about the reason why I started using the LiquirigS products. Now let's talk about some of the products I use the most and I like the most. Not that the other ones or maybe less, but yeah, you know, if you have favorites, you have favorites. For me, for the river, it's the oily shrimp paste, which is this one. Absolutely brilliant stuff, this. First time I checked this out, I caught a nice mirror and a nice common, around, yeah, 25, and the other one 27 pounds, I think. First one I checked this out. I'm actually using this in combination with the elite extract, this elite shrimp extract, which is amazing. Here in France, when I came here this summer, I wanted to use the same combination. I found out it wasn't working like it did on the river. So I switched to the squid one, which is this one, which gave me a bite the same night I tossed it in. I actually using this the same way I'm using the shrimp one. I always use the extract to make it even more mushy, the paste, and oozing with attraction. So this was the one I used this summer here on the lake in France, in combination with the 24 mil inline white multibaits. And because I like snowmans, I always use something on top not on the river because I'm using spinners, but on lakes I like to use snowman versions of my rigs. This year I opted to use single 24s because I wanted to fish the deck with nothing above. I tried the first night with the same combination I did this summer. It wasn't working, so I switched to 24 singles, and the second night I got that 32 pounder on it. The other fish I caught this week are on something else. I will explain in a bit. So yeah, I used in combination with Zanana BioBite, which I put on top, which makes a nice little snowman version of it. And that's how I caught my fish here during the summer. So moving on to the next product of LiquirigS I'd like to talk about is the Dragonfly Aligner Cap, which has caught me 2 fish this week. I use it in a special rig version, which I use with the BioBites. During this session, it's the Monster Marine that is doing the trick. Just a few moments ago, or an hour ago, I caught a bream on it. There's a little video of that also, which I sent to Phil. Maybe he'll post it, maybe he don't, we will see. So yeah, let's talk about Dragonfly Aligner caps. So the one, guys, as I told you, I'm using them in a special rig version, which means I cut down the aligner, which leaves me with the cap. Then I put a little putty on the back of the cap, and then I put the BioBite in it. So the butt of the cap stays flat on the lake bed, and the BioBite stands up. It's really nice. I'm using this combination on a standard blowback rig, using a rig ring on the hook shaft, and yeah, it works perfectly. Caught a nice little scaly here and a nice little mirror, so it actually proves the stuff works. The bream was caught on another version, which is the spinner version of this rig, where you cut a nice little of the tail section of the aligner, and then you put the aligner over the spinner swivel and you get a nice little spinner. Then again, put a BioBite on the back of it and you fish it like that. I will post you a picture of this rig also. So yeah, guys, that's what I wanted to talk about. The reason why I'm using BioBites, the reason why I use multibaits are simple. They work. My catch log isn't lying to me. When you're crunching the numbers, I see I catch bigger fish, more fish. So I think in any angler's book, this is what it's all about. It's about confidence with the products you're using and getting the maximum out of them, because that's why angling is about. I always test these products to the max in harsh river conditions, difficult lakes. So I think I can pretty much speak truly that they work. I want to thank Phil for designing them, because yeah, if he didn't, I wouldn't be using them, which is logical. Yeah, that's what I want to talk about, guys, and that's the reason why I'm using the LiquirigS products. So I will see you guys in next videos. I will be making more. I hope things will turn around this week in France, because it has been a very, very, very slow week. We are Wednesday and I have 3 fishes. On the whole river, on the whole lake, it's been very, very quiet. I think there's only 4 fishes caught. So yeah, and I have 3 of them. The other one was the biggest, a 50 pounder, but he was caught on the different side of the lake. So yeah, I hope stuff will turn around, and see you guys later. Thank you for watching, and this was Bjorn for LiquirigS. Thank you. Good afternoon, guys. It's quiet on the lake, so why not use the time to explain the rig I use, how it's constructed, which components I use. It is this one with size 24 multi-bait. Very simple to construct, very easy to use. So let's try and construct it. I will explain the components I use, which is a supple braid, can be any supple braid, doesn't matter. Use the one you like. An anti-tangle sleeve, the multi-bait size 24 and its topper. Color doesn't matter. You have seen I use a brown topper here, but you can use the yellow ones, pink ones, orange ones, brown ones or white ones, any color we have. A wide gape size 4 ulti-point hook, which I come to love ever since I got my first package. I really absolutely love this hook. It's robust, but it still has a very sharp point, and yeah, it nails fantastically. The other component is the Dragonfly aligner. Here I'm using a black trans one. We also have them in different colors, so you can use the color you like. And the LiquirigS bait stops. So without further ado, guys, let's start with tying this rig. First, I use a couple of inches of the supple braid. And then I'm making my hair. I'm using the little tool to get it. There you go. Hair is made. Little pull to pull that straight. There. Cut off the tag end. Yeah, nothing more simple. Then I put the topper on my multi-bait. Put it on the bait needle. Thread it too. Then get one of the yellow stoppers. I tend to use the colors of the toppers of the multi-bait I use. So in this case it's a yellow one. If I'm using a brown topper, then I'm using a brown bait stopper. If I'm using pink, I'm using the pink ones, and so on. So let's thread this to there. There you go. Put that in, and you will feel a little click it makes. Have you heard it? So this stays. It does not move around your hair. It actually stays. So after that, I get an multi-point, and I just have to open a new package because I used my last one of the other package the other day. So let's put it back. I always tend to put a little ply in it so it doesn't open and you lose all your hooks. Well, putting it back there. There you go. So threading that to the eye of the hook. Then you take your desired length. There's many debates and people are saying you have to go further, closer. I tend to use my little pinky, put it in between, and that's about the distance I'm taking. Don't know if you can see this, guys, but that's it. So a little bit further, still little pinky. Yeah, it's perfect. So I do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I go further. I will tell you why I go further in a bit, but 9, 10. I tend to go with my, to align it with the hook point. I'll show you later why. I think it's a personal choice. Then I'll go back once, thread it to the eye of the hook again, and then pull everything tight. You know, the reason why I do this is because then this end isn't as long. You see, this passes through here fantastically. So nice. After that, I take a dragonfly aligner. Seems to be my last one also. So I will need to get a new package open if I'm constructing another rig. So there we go. So this is it, guys, the dragonfly aligner. And then I'm not using it as a whole. You see there are little lines on there, and I do cut it at the 1, 2, 3, the 4th one. I will show you in a bit why I do this. Then we thread this on there. Let's make it a bit wet so it goes through. There you go. So that goes through. Then I make everything a bit wet. And then you slide that aligner on there. And I go to where I have stopped, where the rig is coming out, where the hair is coming out. You see, this makes an almost perfect point with the hook point and the end of the dragonfly liner cap, which makes it absolutely perfect. Like this. Then last bit, the anti-tangle sleeve. I put my baiting needle through it, take the end, put it on, and at the end we'll make another loop. I always make my loops to go twice. So the second one I'm getting with my baiting needle, going in, getting that loop. Yeah, there it is. Putting everything tight. Cut off the little tag end, and that's it, finished, guys. It's a little bit shorter, but I'm going to use it anyway. That's it. My standard multi-bait rig. I'm using this rig with any size. If it is a 20, a 16, doesn't matter. I do tend to go a little bit smaller on the hook size when I'm using smaller multi-baits, like when I'm using 16s or 20, I tend to use the size 6 wide gape instead of a size 4. But here I have a 24, so I feel the size matches the size of the multibait. So yeah, this rig is absolutely perfect. And yeah, consists of not many components, as you can see. Supple braid, anti-tangle, wide gape, multi-point wide gape size 6, size 4, dragonfly liner, LiquirigS bait stops, multi-bait with topper of choice, and that's it, guys. That's the rig I'm using at the moment. That's the rig that has done it during the summer. And yeah, I hope you like this and get on these bits, guys. They really work. Thank you. It's day 5, guys. No fishes last night. No fishes since Tuesday morning. But this is a sight I could never get tired of when seeing this in the morning. Look at this beautiful lake. Peaceful, quiet. I'm loving it. Pity in 2 days I have to go home. Back to the real life. Yeah, see you later, guys. Good morning, guys. Night 5 has passed. No bites. So I'm still at 3 fishes at the moment. Think even Stan knows it's getting hopeless because he's nowhere to be found. He has left me. I'm enjoying my breakfast. Little bowl of cereals in the morning. And I'm watching to see if I can spot activity to put the rods on. Yesterday I did the same thing with the right hand rod on a dragonfly liner cap spinner version. And yeah, I caught a bream on it. So I think if I can put that one out there where I see there are bubbles all the way coming up. So I think it's fish feeding. Not sure if it's carp because I was catching a bream on it. Might be big schools of breams there. But I'm gonna try it again today and see. Maybe I can hook a carp in the middle of the lake. So yeah, it's Thursday. I have 2 nights to go. And I think something has to change in the weather before the carp will become more active, or they are just not in my area, which doesn't seem logical because no one else is catching fish. So I just think they are here, but they aren't feeding at the moment. Yeah, it's something you don't have control over. You can put out your best rigs. You can have baits on them that work. You know they work and still not catching. It's an enigma. But yeah, that's fishing for you. It happens. But I'm happy. I caught 3 fishes. 2 on the dragonfly, 1 on the multi-bait. I have a rod out with different other baits on it, and that one didn't move an inch. I tried several things. I tried tigers, I tried boilies, I tried sweet corn rigs, I tried combinations, and it still stays the same. So I know my multi-baits and dragonflies are out fishing the traditional baits at the moment, when they actually do feed. So I will enjoy my bowl of cereal. I will enjoy the beautiful morning. And yeah, see you later, guys. Good morning, guys. You know what time it is when you see me sitting like this. I was just finishing up my morning coffee when a rod went on a new spot. Well, it's not a new spot. I fished it the first night. I fished it this summer, but this summer I lost the fish on it because there are many branches just below the surface. This time I was just sitting next to my rods because I was drinking my coffee, and I was fast enough to guide it out of the branches. Then I took the boat and drilled it out mid-water. I'm very happy with this one. Not the biggest one, 27 pounds and 11 ounces, I think it was. It was caught on, yeah, you can see it, guys. Caught on the Dragonfly aligner cap with the Monster Marine BioBite in it. This rig has given me 3 fishes already this week. Not the same rig, but this version. I chose to fish this spot yesterday evening because I saw one fish jumping there. If it's the same fish, I don't know. But so yeah, this morning it went. Dragonfly aligner cap for the 3rd time this week. Pretty happy because it has been quiet since Tuesday morning. And yeah, without further ado, let's see what I had. Easy boy. Look at it, guys. 27 pounds, 11 ounces. Caught on the Dragonfly aligner cap, special rig version with Monster Marine BioBite. Look at it, guys. Beautiful fish. Very, very happy with this. Number 4. Thank you very much. Good evening, guys. If you see me sitting like this, you know what happened. The left-handed rod that had produced already 2 fish took off again this evening. Very happy with this one. It's the biggest one of the session. It's weighing 38 pounds. It's a common, first common of the session. Very happy with this one. It's been caught on the Dragonfly liner cap with Monster Marine BioBite. Special rig version. And yeah, without further ado, I'm gonna show you this fish. Very, very, very happy with this one. He's still a bit restless. Let's see if he wants to meet you guys. Look at this, guys. Look at this beast. 38 pounds. Caught on the Dragonfly liner cap, special rig version with a Monster Marine BioBite. Amazing fish. Nice combat, this one. Some battle scars. Ancient battle scars. Oh, look at this, guys. Nice fish. Very, very happy with this. Number 5, 2 more, and I have the same amount of fish I had during the summer. It's been a very, very difficult week. So very, very happy with this one. Yeah, let's put it back. Look how massive it is, guys. Go, go. Good morning, guys. Bjorn for LiquirigS here. And there's a topic I wanted to share with you guys. My baiting strategies and what kind of products I use for my baitings. So mostly I do my homework. I talk to guys that are fishing here through the socials and ask what they are baiting most with, what is working the best. But I usually tend to take some of my favorite stuff with me anyway. And yeah, I mix it all together and see during the week what I leave out, what I put in, and that's why I take everything separately. I mix it on the bank itself, like most anglers do, I think. This week I found something secret that works. I will show you this in a bit. I'm at 6 fishes now, which is 1 short of the same amount I had during the summer when I fished here. So yeah, let's talk about baiting. First of all, the first thing I take always with me, because I'm not taking particle mixes, because I don't have the abilities to start cooking particle mixes at home. The only thing I tend to cook is tigers, which I usually take in a small amount, not big amounts of them, which I can do at home. So the first thing I take with me are maize flakes. You can see this here. These don't have to be cooked. They just have to be put under water. So when you arrive at the lake, mostly I do 1 bucket at home, which I bring soaked, and then the rest I do on the spot itself. So this is the main stuff I use, mostly this. When it hits the water, it tends to leave a white spot, which is absolutely good, I think. The second stuff I always have with me is baby corn pellets. These tend to break down when I make my mix. I will show you this. But this helps making the white cloud the maize flakes already makes bigger, because these don't stay whole. You will see this when I give you a shot of the full mix when I have mixed it. The other stuff I bring are fish pellets. Everybody knows them. These are, I think, 9 mils. A mixture of tigers, as I said, not many. There are small ones, bigger ones. I always tend to use the mix of sizes when I use these. The other stuff that goes in my mix are a mix of sizes of boilies, which go from 16, 20 and 24. And this I put all together in one mix, which becomes this, which when it hit the water leaves a nice white smoke, and I think it really is attractive. When I do tend to notice that I catch too many breams, I leave some of the smaller parts out and I start baiting with bigger parts. I have a spot where I only baited with boilies, but no fish this week. I had a spot where I only baited with tigers and maize flakes. Also on that spot, nothing. The mix seems to work since I have been catching on this mix all week. But this week I added something special. I told you I have sweet corn with me, and I noticed that the Monster Marine BioBite is doing very well this week. So I added a little bit to my mix, and this is what I added, guys. I don't know if you can see. This is sweet corn, which I left his own how do you call it? I'm looking for the word. It always has some juice in it, so I left the juice, but I put the Monster Marine liquid in the juice, which turned them a pink color, and they smell like Monster Marine now. And I have been adding this to my mix, and this is what has been doing it this week, I think, which made the difference. I have 3 fishes from the spot. I use this mice the most on. So yeah, I think this is the difference, or the stuff that made the difference this week. This is about my baiting. So thank you for watching, and see you guys later. Hopefully with another fish. We will see. Thank you. Hello guys, very glad to be sitting here, as you can see. Just caught a little mirror, 23 pounds, 8 ounces, a little one, very short, very chunky. It was caught on the Dragonfly liner cap, special rig version with a Monster Marine BioBite. It came from the same spot where I got the common earlier, and where I have 5 fishes now. So yeah, very happy. First time I caught a fish at night again since the second night I was here. Second fish by night. All the other fish came during the day or during daylight or just before nightfall. So yeah, very happy with this one. I will show you. Very chunky little mirror. Look at this, guys. 23 pounds, 8 ounces, and already that kind of belly. Caught on the Dragonfly liner cap special rig version with Monster Marine BioBite. Nailed on the wide gape multi-point size 4. Nice, guys. Nice fish. Very happy with this one, guys. So, got to hold you, baby. And now you get to go back. Welcome inside the cabin, guys. This is where the mad scientist does it work. This is where I cook up my rigs. Look at all the LiquirigS stuff, guys. We have hooks, Dragonfly liner caps, Monster Marine BioBites, LiquirigS body, Monster Marine liquid. We have bait caps, bait stops, pinner swivels, dragonfly aligners, and tungsten sinkers. And there is the box, guys. The box with my multi-baits. The magic box. That's it, guys. The mad scientist's table. Good evening, guys. Just when I thought I was out, I'm back in. The left-hand rod, where I caught most of my fishes this week, went again. I caught a 30-pound and 7 ounces mirror. It has been caught on the same thing that has been working this week, which is the Dragonfly Aligner cap, special rig version, filled with a Monster Marine BioBite. So let me show you this fish. Look at this, guys. Caught on the Dragonfly Aligner cap with Monster Marine BioBite. Nice one, this one. Short, but very weighty on the belly. Look at this, guys. Very happy with this one. Number 7, which makes it the same number I did when I was here this summer. Then also I had 7 fishes, so maybe this is lucky number 7. Hello, guys. I was talking to Phil earlier this evening, and he made a very interesting quote, because we were talking about catching a biggin or not catching a biggin. He told me the fat lady wasn't singing yet, which means my session isn't finished. And yeah, he proved me wrong. So I already got 2 fishes after he stated this. But I think now the fat lady is starting to sing. I just caught a 43-pound common. It has been caught on the Dragonfly liner cap with the Monster Marine BioBite special rig version. The rod that has been doing it all week does it again. Does it on the final night 2 times. So yeah, I will show you this fish. It's not a short round one, but a very long, big common. Look at this, guys. 43 pounds and a few ounces. Nice one, this. Very, very happy with this. So, Phil, I think the fat lady's singing. It's 5 o'clock. guys. Massive beast. Look at the head. Caught on a dragonfly aligner cap with Monster Marine BioBite. This has been an absolute killer this week. Even when the fish were not feeding confidently, they still went for that little piece of attraction. Okay, let's put it back. Good evening, guys. Bjorn for LiquirigS here with a recap of my French session of last week. This video was supposed to be recorded in front of the lake, but a storm decided otherwise. So I'm doing this from my home. I wanted to say goodbye to you guys, and I hope you will enjoy the video Phil will be making with all the clips we made. A short recap of this week is I caught 9 fish. It was very hard to fish. The weather was stable and the fish were not having it. Many of the guys that were fishing the other packs had a blank or returned after a week or a few days with 1 or 2 fishes, and that's it. I did better than I did this summer, which was also a hard week because of the heat. It was a constant above 30 degrees. This time it was constantly above 20 degrees, which was still too warm for the fish to be active, I think. A high pressure front also was in place, so the fish weren't moving that much. I cracked the code during the first few days of my session, which made me catch more than the other anglers. And the code breaker this time was the Monster Marine product range, which is the Monster Marine BioBite, the Monster Marine Liquid, and I made a few rig versions to fish with this. First of all, the Dragonfly aligner cap, which has been modified on a blowback rig, which has the Monster Marine BioBite in it, a little bit of putty on the back, which make it stand like this on the lake. And this worked very well. I caught 7 of my 9 fishes on this. The first one was caught on a brown multibait filled with squid paste. This was the second night I was fishing there. Then after that, 48 hours of nothing, except for the Monster Marine BioBite rig. And then I switched it up. I added a spinner version of this rig, but I only caught a bream on it. I'm pretty sure it works because the bream was nailed right in the middle. There's a little video of that also. For mostly, the fishes came from the Monster Marine BioBite rig, and it has proven to be a very good product, which catches. And yeah, that's what I had fish-wise during the week. I added to my baiting a little secret, which was sweet corn, which I soaked in his own juice, added with the Monster Marine liquid, which gave it a pink color and the Monster Marine aroma. When I added these 2 spots, the spots started working. Not that it produced many fish a day, but I was sure to have at least 1 bite a day on the spots that were fed with this, except for 1 spot. I don't know why. Maybe something on the bottom, or fish was just not passing there. I don't know. But I stopped feeding it on that spot. I fished that spot only the last night, and I didn't fish it on a Dragonfly liner cap with a Monster Marine BioBite. I fished it on the rig I made when I'm using multi-baits, but then instead of using a boilie version of the multi-baits, I used a white dumbbell 16 mil with a pink topper, and inside is a baffle that is filled with the Monster Marine liquid. And that one gave me a fish the last night also, which was fish number 8, I think. And then the last fish I caught was the biggest one. Phil had a saying, I know he took it from somewhere. It ain't over till the fat lady sings. And that 43-pound common was a fat lady. Was the last fish I caught. It was caught on the Monster Marine BioBite with Dragonfly liner cap, special rig version. Very happy with this fish. Fish number 9 and last fish. So that's the recap of the week, guys. The absolute winner of the LiquirigS products that week was the Monster Marine range. If you haven't tried it, guys, please do. This stuff works very good. To finalize the video, I want to thank some people. First of all, my wife for having patience enough for me, for letting me go to fish, to France to fish, to do the many sessions I do here in the river and in other lakes. I have some plans to do a very hard syndicate next year. If I can get in, I'm on the waiting list. And I will do river sessions again. I have ordered some new stuff because there's some new stuff coming, or new stuff already available, like the shrimp biobites, the squid biobites, and the milky amino biobites, which everyone knows I'm a fan of the shrimp. I already have it on order with Phil, and I'm getting it next week or the week after that. So that will be tested. I bought the matching color bait caps and Dragonfly liner caps so I can make spinners and special rig versions with the shrimp biobite. I will see how it catches. You guys will see it, how it catches, because I will be making videos and you will be seeing my pictures come by. So that's it. Last person I want to thank is Phil for designing these. They are absolutely amazing. They have made my fishing so interesting again. I was a boilie fisherman before, as I told you in one of the videos, and these products have made fishing interesting again because there's so many variations you can make and variations you can fish. A boilie is a boilie in my eyes, and there are good ones out there, there are better ones out there, there are mediocre ones out there. It doesn't matter. If I won't contest that boilies don't catch, because every day social media is filled with carp caught with boilies. But with these products, I can be more creative, and creative is what makes my fishing. I'm a mad scientist, like they say. I tend to test weird stuff. Like this summer, I caught most of my fish on a white 24 multi-bait with a Zanana on top of it. I knew Phil said it looked weird and silly, but still it was catching. Who would ever thought to be adding these two products together and catching fish when it was hard? Now again, the combinations of rigs you make with the Dragonfly liner cap, you can make spinner version, choddy versions, stiff hinge versions, this version. Then there's a version where you can add a booster cylinder and some baffle inside with liquid, where you can fish like this, but then with liquid and a baffle inside. Actually, it works fantastically, hence the 9 fish. And I will be testing the new ones, for sure. Doesn't mean these ones will be discarded, no way. The more stuff you have in your arsenal that works, the more fish I think you can produce on the bank. So I'm pretty sure these will be fished again. I will return to the French Lick also, because I'm not finished there. I still want to catch one of the big ones, and I have some other plans also. I heard Phil is planning a session for us LiquirigS team members next year, so I have to make sure I have 3 days for this also. And yeah, that's about it. So thank you guys. It was a nice journey. It was difficult, but at the end the products did what they're supposed to do, catch fish, and that's it. That's what I wanted to tell you. So goodbye guys, thank you. I hope you will enjoy the video. I will be making more. Excuse me for my language and the interruptions, but sometimes I have to search for the words in English. Would be easier if I did this in my own language, which is Dutch. So yeah, that's it. Goodbye guys, and see you later.